So you just sit around the campfire and talk?
We also grill sausages. Well, some of us do. I'm not into sausages.
I can attest to that.
Ha ha.
All right, Pax.
Are we sure justice won't come swooping down on us in the middle of the night?
No, they weren't looking for you. They came for the drugs. They must have received a tip from somewhere, or someone.
Maybe one of the Camp Karens? Right, Pax? They were all infected.
Don't get why anyone would do that to.
Fred was in a bad place.
Her and everyone else in Liberty. Present company excluded.
Fred's been messing with their heads for months. I should have noticed, but I had stuff going on and...
Anyway, I gotta go pray.
I think we're safe. If Justice were looking for the bus, there'd be roadblocks and patrols.
Lots of assumptions there, mister.
That's all we can do. Hope for the best and carry on.
So, apart from the talking and the eating, do you do anything else? Like, I don't know, games? Songs?
Oh, Jesus, don't give them ideas.
This is for you.
I wish we had music.
More... Oh,
I swear.
thanks.
I like country
You don't
music.
like it?
You
No,
what?
sure, I like it.
Did you just say you like country music?
I'll keep it
I
in
did. I do.
my
Where's
breast
your
pocket.
Stetson? Your oversized belt buckle?
Your snakeskin boots.
Hey,
What? Oh. You want me to... You're sure about this? I mean, I don't mind,
I need to clear my head.
as long as you're sure.
Please.
It wasn't all that bad today. You've been through much worse.
Bullshit.
It's not going to work if you fight it. You're getting worked up over nothing. It's not a big deal. Everyone made it out. No need for more drama.
I know. You're right. I've missed this.
You should get some sleep now.
Do you think I made a mistake? Going back?
I don't know if we can ever really go back. But sometimes going home is the only thing we can do.
I had this picture of Liberty in my head, unchanged for 15 years, but things always change. Places, people, feelings, trust is brittle and difficult to rebuild once broken.
I enjoyed meeting your family, despite... Your sister did a good job fixing it. Speaking of, what happened between the two of you? I'm picking up on a whole lot of complex emotions. And her willingness to talk to us so far has ranged from begrudging to non-existent.
It's complicated. She's angry with me, and I don't think she's being fair, but we can't seem to find common ground.
I hope you guys can sort it out before it's too late.
I was hoping things would be the way I'd left them. But that was foolish. It's been so long, and Rose is gone. Of course it wouldn't be the same. And I was no better than the rest of them. I cannot accept change or see that Annie was trying to save Liberty from itself.
Don't be too hard on yourself. I know how you feel. Part of me wants to go home, but... I honestly don't even know where home is anymore.
When you say home, do you mean...
Hong Kong? Yeah. That's still the only place I could rightly call home, even though it's been 20 years. I know it'd be a mistake going back, but there are unresolved mum issues that I probably should resolve.
I can relate.
I know. And that's why your opinion matters to me.
You should go back.
To face she who must not be named?
The whole thing with Z is
Complicated.
more than that. It's history. The first half of our lives were so intertwined, and then they weren't. I don't know this version of her. She's a stranger with the heart and soul of my best friend. It's just weird, man.
So, you learn to know the new Ziggy.
Easier said than done. She won't let me in.
That sounds familiar.
Sorry about...
Not telling me you're a bona fide ghostbuster. I wouldn't have believed you. I have a reasonably level-headed view of the world, despite having gaslighting superpowers. But come on. That meme thing of yours is on an entirely different level of crazy. So no, don't apologize. I would have thought you were certifiable and broken up with you sooner.
Who broke up with who now?
Your snakeskin boots.
There are dimensions to country music.
No.
And you laughed at me for my musical tastes. How the tables have turned, sir.
Hello, Pax.
What's on the menu?
I picked up plenty of supplies from our previous stop. Your mother said it was all right. They'd go to waste otherwise. I promised to put them to good use. Dinner will be ready soon.
Nice job on the robot, Z. Gee, Zig? What do we call you?
Either's fine.
Is Ziggy your real name?
It's my name. I mean, it's not the name I was born with or what my mom's called me, but it's the name I chose.
Fair enough.
So what was your sister like when she was a child?
She, sometimes she was a bully, but most of the time she was my big sister. We, were close.
Any good stories?
You know, I honestly, I don't know if I'm up for it today. It's been
A day. It's been a day. Right, Gnome?
A day, for sure. So you work with robots?
yeah, I put them back together. We couldn't afford buying working ones, so I took bits and pieces from different models and programmed them to help out.
That's impressive. And I think ours looks better than ever. And I can swear the driving is smoother too.
Did you give it a name?
No. Pax wouldn't like it. She's not fond of robots.
Why is that?
Well, Liberty was founded by anarcho-primitivists. Up until a couple of years ago, no robots were allowed inside. Mom, Rosa, was adamant about it. I mean, to her it was religion. But Annie was always more pragmatic. You know, so once we lost enough people, she didn't think we had much of a choice. So she asked me to build a robot army to help us out. But I also think it's because of the Vox. They don't work on machines. Well, I mean, yeah, you know that already. And Pax was never comfortable with that. Because she likes, you know, she likes being in control.
Done praying?
Back at it in the morning. God might forgive me for sleeping in. My mom wouldn't.
Speaking of today, I'm gonna be paying for it. Every muscle's aching.
Tell me about it. I'm jelly. But aside from the physical pain, how are you? Feeling, I mean, about all of that. Which is a lot. I mean, fuck's sake, we fought a giant justice mascot. That's fucked up.
I feel pretty fragile.
Who wouldn't? You return home after 16 years, everything's changed, and then justice sets it on fucking fire. I can't believe I was jealous. I can't even imagine what you're going through right now.
I guess the realization that you can't turn back the clock and expect everything to stay the same forever.
Girl, that's a painful lesson to learn. If I ever go home, what's that even gonna be like? You don't have to keep talking to me.
I know.
There are other people competing for your attention, like your sister.
I enjoy talking to you.
Cool. Yeah, me too. Are you guys gonna be okay? I mean, you know... Your sister. I'm talking about your sister.
Eventually, she's family. We'll figure it out.
I don't know, man. I used to think being family was enough, but then... All I'm saying is, don't take that for granted. Being family doesn't mean you don't need to do the work. People change, and blood's thinner than you think. Hey, on the bus, I heard your sister say something about finally getting the full story about why you left. I don't want to sound like a busybody, but is that something you want to talk about?
Zig and I were up to no good. This was, what, 2014? We were visiting another commune in Deer Falls, a couple of hours from here. We decided to steal some baseball gear, including the bat I used to break Justice's bones earlier. Yeah, go figure. Z was in the dugout. I was keeping watch. And then these kids spotted us. They were going to catch Z in the act, so I pushed them. Hard.
Oh, man.
I think there were broken bones. Of course, those kids ran scared. Told their parents. It was a whole thing. Rumors spread. People started talking. Rosa and Annie worried word would get to Justice, that Liberty would be raided. So, to protect me and everyone in camp, they sent me away. Middle of the night, across the border. Didn't get to say goodbye to anyone. Not even Ziggy. She didn't know. She never knew. They just told her I ran away, which is, I don't know, pretty messed up. But I get it. That was the story. They couldn't risk anyone learning the truth. I was the wayward deviant who deceived everyone and took off in the dead of night. And maybe that did save Liberty, my sister, everyone else. I hope so, because otherwise, a life lost. You know?
Jeez, that's awful, Pax. Sorry to hear you had to go through all that. I get why Z was so angry, if she believed you ran out on her, but I don't get why she's still angry. I mean, they sent you away. You didn't have a choice. She must see that, right? I do wish you told me sooner. Feels like something best friends should share. Anyway, I'm really glad you got to go home again, even if it wasn't what you expected. I feel better prepared for if I get to do the same. Let's call this a learning experience. We can't expect things to stay the same. People, places, relationships. And sometimes the way to deal with that is to put on a mask and pretend. I feel maybe that's the only way I'll ever get to see my family again.
How do you play this game again?
You say two truths and a lie, and then it's up to us to guess which is the lie.
Found
That's
this
it?
earlier
It's
today
fun
and thought of you.
And a good
Real
way of
coffee
getting to
beans?
know each other.
It's
This
all
bag's worth
relationships
its
are
weight
built
in
on
gold,
video.
Pax. Are you
A solid
sure?
Take it.
foundation of lies.
I don't need
The
it.
game is mostly about
I've
the
been
truth.
drinking that
You're
synthetic
terrible
Pacifica
at
stuff
this
for
game.
so long. I can
None of that
hardly
is
remember what real
remotely
coffee tastes like.
interesting,
Your full name
Hard
is
to come by
Theodore.
with the
Wait.
climate changes.
Theo. What?
The circus.
As soon as I find a
Fuck
grinder,
this game. We need
I'll
all
make
the
us all a
facts.
cup.
I'm ready to eat crow.
Eat what?
Admit that I was wrong. I put all of us in danger by coming out here. I should have...
No.
No?
This was the right thing to do. We saved your family.
That's what a crew does. Although I couldn't save Gnome's arm.
True. I understand now that you had to come here. to be able to move forward.
I was stuck in the past. I was stuck here, but now I'm ready to get back on the road.
Good. And also you got that thing you carry around, the
meme.
Meme. I still don't understand what it does and how it works, but it feels important.
Like I told you all, the meme records echoes of the broadcast and lets me remix them into new vocals.
How does that even...
Don't ask me, Theo. I have no idea. When those migrants left me in Liberty, I already had the meme. No one knows where it came from. Others have tried using the meme, but it didn't do anything, so maybe I'm special, or maybe this thing was designed for just me. Whatever the reason, I think this could help me figure out how vocals work, and maybe learn to control them, to do more than cheap tricks and petty scams. This thing is why it was so hard to explain why we had to come here. You have to see it to understand or even believe that it exists. But coming home was mostly about Ziggy.
She doesn't seem very happy to be here. As for eating crow, I'm the one who'll be dining on Corpus tonight.
Appreciate it, buddy. And let's just agree to share the bird dinner.
Is there a good story behind the missing eye, Ziggy?
Oh, is there one
Hey,
behind your
can we talk?
I guess this is just another one of your con games, huh? Do your friends even know what you do? Using your Vox to scam people out of pocket change, to lie and manipulate.
I'm not who you think I am. Do you think it was easy surviving on my own in Pacifica?
No. I'm sure you did what you had to do. And you're really good at hustling people.
You know what? I am. I've used my Vox to survive. I'm not going to apologize for that. I did what I had to. That's not what's happening here. This is different.
Whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna convince me to take part in whatever this is, okay? I'm only staying until I figured out a way to go back and help my real family.
It's like I told you. We're transporting a package to Nova Scotia.
What does that even mean? What package?
It's a tiny thing, but they're paying us a lot, and that's why I only trust myself to carry it.
Okay, well, you didn't answer my question.
Stick with us, and I'll tell you everything. But I can't... Until I know you're along for the ride,
Oh,
I
fuck
can't just...
off, please. Oh, is there one behind your missing arm?
Touché. There's not.
I beg to differ.
I asked her first.
I don't know how it happened. It was before Liberty. I was just a toddler. Probably happened during the noise when I lost my birth parents.
Lots of bad stuff happened. South of Mexico, near the coast, a place called Coppola. The signal didn't reach that far. We only heard about it on the news.
Hey, Winnemucca, we are the Dustborn. We're the freaks, we're the outcasts. We look just like you, we're nothing like your past. We'll be here all night.
Trying to eat my lunch.
You've been avoiding me all day.
I've already said my piece. Maybe I just don't want to talk.
Sure, but I know you felt safe in Liberty, but there was no future there. Justice was gonna show up sooner or later.
Maybe. But now every community like it is in danger. Our whole way of life has been jeopardized. And for what? If we just kept our heads down and took care of our family, we could survive anything. Even if you're right, Mom can never trust the others again, I can be there for her. Or I could have. If you hadn't.
That's unfair, sis.
I've lost my
don't-
appetite.
When you have a moment, I'd like to talk about something.
Someone should wake Noam. They've been sleeping all morning.
There's nothing to look at. Might as well.
How's it going?
The bus is operating as expected, the humidity is low, and our visibility is high. It's going well.
With you, I mean. How are you doing?
I'm operating within expected parameters, although I'm detecting some abnormal data from one of my subroutines. I'm sure it's nothing. I can run a self-diagnosis if you wish.
Okay.
Self-diagnosis will be completed in 37 minutes. Can I assist you with anything?
Any luck with the self-diagnosis?
It'll be 36 minutes until it completes.
So, about this abnormal data.
It could be anything. It's probably related to my injury at our previous stop. My servos may need readjustments.
That won't interfere with you driving the bus.
Not at all, ma'am.
I guess my sister managed to put Humpty Dumpty together again.
Pardon me. Oh, right, I am Humpty Dumpty. She did an excellent job. She's a very skilled mechanic. I recommend staying seated when we're in motion, in case I need to make a sudden stop.
Like I was trying to say, there's nothing to look
Why did you bring that piece of junk?
That piece of junk has plenty of potential, as do we all.
As I was saying.
Please don't touch.
Anyway, there's nothing to look at. Might as well sleep through Nevada.
I'll be happy if I never see a desert again. Is Theo sleeping too?
I'm not sleeping.
Are you knitting? You knit?
Do you have a problem with that?
Not at all. I'm actually impressed.
What do you want now? Are you just gonna hover?
We didn't finish our chat?
No, we were finished.
I'm worried about you, and I had more to say.
I'm sure, but I was done.
Did you detect any problems with our robot driver when you fixed it up?
Why?
It just told me there was some abnormal code, maybe due to the injuries it suffered the other day.
You're saying I did a bad job putting it back together? Because I can tell you right now, I didn't.
I didn't say that. I was only asking because...
Whatever's wrong with it, it's not on me, okay?
Yes?
You must be happy we're back on schedule.
We don't have much of a buffer.
It's a straight line from here to Salt Lake, Theo. We'll be there tomorrow. On schedule.
I hope so. The librarian's expecting us. What's going on, Pax?
I didn't realize you were into, this thing.
And now you do. Go on. I've heard all the jokes.
No jokes. We all need a hobby. Who are you knitting for?
My niece.
Nice. How
What do
old
you
is
want,
she?
Pax? I need to finish this knit. Maybe check in with the others, like your sister. It sounds like she isn't having the best time.
Do we practice before tonight's gig?
We have to.
I had a chat with our driver. They said something about abnormal data. They're running a self-diagnosis program.
I wouldn't worry. It's an old model. There are always software issues. The self-diagnosis will catch anything serious before it becomes a problem.
Yo.
It's not fair. I'm trying my best with Ziggy, and I'm getting tired of her stonewalling me. We have to resolve things. It's affecting everyone. And I'm worried about her, but I can't get through to her. Like me, she's a pragmatist, and maybe that's what's causing friction. We're too alike to ever get along. I don't know, kid. I'm almost starting to regret bringing her with us.
Sup?
Does the robot seem moody to you?
I really can't tell. I'm trying to find something to draw, but this landscape doesn't inspire great art. I can only draw a gnome's head so many times before it gets weird. And your sister doesn't like sitting still.
Theo has a nice jawline.
I'm not super comfortable drawing him.
You're not working on your magnum opus?
My what?
Your comic book.
Graphic novel, and it's called Displaced, not Magnus Opium. I honestly don't feel inspired to work on a generational epic about Republic refugees in Pacifica right now. I'll get back to it at some point.
Magnum opus means masterpiece.
Oh, right, yeah. Not sure about masterpiece, more like masterpiece of shit, or maybe huge masterpiece.
You're too hard on yourself.
Never too hard. Speaking of hard things, I can't stop thinking about the battle we had with justice. It's not like I didn't enjoy punching fascists in the face. It's a great pastime. But they're like the Postal Service. They're just gonna keep coming no matter what you do, and there's never an end to it. So what's the point? The only way to take justice down is to do it from within. Anything else is just barking at postal trucks. Man, I wish I hadn't skipped breakfast, even though I'm so through with porridge. Aw, beef jerky would be the absolute shit right about now.
What about the pack of strongmans I gave you?
Finished it. Back in Liberty. It was really good, and now I have regrets. Ugh, but I only have myself to blame.
Hey,
What up?
just hey.
Hey? Huh, okay. Now that word has lost all meaning. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey. Deluxetine?
I love you, Mummy.
Can I help you?
I'm afraid we need to make an unscheduled stop. The vehicle is low on fuel. There is a standard energy station coming up on our right. Refueling will take about 10 minutes.
We should resupply while we're there. Maybe get something for dinner.
Dinner? From a service station?
Yes?
No, Theo, no.
I'll start refueling. It will take about 10 minutes. You should probably disembark.
The sun is not doing my vitiligo any favors.
We should look for sunscreen.
Or even better, stay out of the sun completely.
I can literally feel my skin melting.
I hope the station's open. It looks a bit
Awesome?
abandoned.
What the heck?
Hey, that's all right, man!
Oh, this isn't good.
Oh, it's gonna stop, right? It's stopping? The robot's just playing with us? Any second now. Any second.
I don't think it's stopping, Sai.
Where's Gnome?
Shit!
They're on the bus.
Well, that's good, right? Gnome can just bring the bus back when they wake up, right? Right? Yeah? No? Shit!
I can't believe we're stuck here.
I swear I'll tear that goddamn thing apart when we catch up with the bus.
I don't understand. Luna reprogrammed it. Robots can't just ignore their programming.
I told you there was a problem. You told me not to worry about it.
Perhaps someone installed malware when we were on that detour. That shouldn't be possible, though. Not without a direct connection. And the robot would have warned us.
Do not blame me for this, Theo. I was against that robot from the start.
Fair enough. It could be worse. I put a tracker on the bus. It tells us how far and which direction. But we won't catch up by walking. And the tracker has a limited range.
We should check the station out.
Lead the way.
Sai? Can you lift this door?
What if it's wired to an alarm? What if the Henry is armed? What if Justice show up? Not trying to be difficult, Pax, but let's please find another way.
Who are you calling?
Who do you think? I'm trying to get in touch with Mom, or anyone who knows what happened to them.
Is that a good idea? What if they're tracking all calls coming into Camp Cedar?
So what if they are? It's a random call from the middle of Nevada. Big fucking deal. I have to find out if Mom is safe.
This is a real pickle we've found ourselves in.
I'm sorry. A pickle?
I knew I shouldn't have trusted the robot. We'll check inside. coming?
I'll stay here, keep a lookout. Maybe the bus will turn around. Maybe I can hitch a ride back home.
We'll be inside if you're wondering.
We're never seeing that bus again. Why the hell did the robot hijack our bus? What does a robot need a bus for? And what's gonna happen to Gnome?
I don't think the machine's going to hurt them.
Maybe Gnome can bring the bus back when they wake up. Yeah, that's not happening.
Let's check out the store.
After you.
Welcome to Standard Energy, folks.
Another robot. Great.
Welcome to Standard Energy.
Is there a car we could rent or borrow around here?
Afraid not, ma'am. Unless you count the wreck in the garage, and that's run its last mile. The closest dealership is probably in Reno or New Jerusalem. And there are no buses around here. Except for the one you arrived in, that is. This is the first time in 30 years I've seen a bus drop someone off here. I have to warn you, ma'am, there's unlikely to be another bus anytime soon.
That wasn't a public bus. That was our tour bus. Our robot driver decided to do a runner.
Oh, dear. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm very sorry a robot did that to you. There must be something very wrong with it.
You can say that again.
There must be something very wrong
Okay,
with it.
no.
The only folks we see on a regular basis around here are riders, and the occasional Justice Patrol.
Do you know if there's any taxis around or like ride-sharing services?
I'm afraid there are no taxis, man.
Who's that on the poster?
Oh, well, that's my Betty, the love of my life. She's a swell gal. We came off the assembly line at the same time, and I knew as soon as I laid eyes on her, she was the one.
Okay. Everyone deserves love. So, is she?
Betty?
Right. Is Betty around?
Oh, no. She works at Betty's Diner. No Betty's ever worked at a Standard Energy service station.
Silly me. And this diner, is it close? You guys see each other on Sundays or something?
I haven't seen my Betty since, well, we shipped from the factory. I honestly don't know where she works. Alls I know is she works at a diner. And not just any diner, mind. A Betty's
Diner. Got it. Sad story being separated from the one you love.
It is. I wrote her a letter a few decades ago, but so far I haven't been able to send it. I'm afraid there are no taxis, ma'am. As for ride-sharing services...
Never mind.
I'm usually in that order.
So we're basically stuck here.
I'm afraid so, ma'am.
Do you get a lot of bikers here?
We do. I don't mean to be unfriendly, but we could do with fewer of them. If they buy anything at all, it's just grain liquor. They light a fire in the parking lot to let others know there's a party going on. And then they just drink. Sometimes they steal stuff, if there's anything left to steal. And by the time Justice shows up, if they show up, the riders are long gone. But it's months since the authorities last showed up. Not much of interest going on out here in the desert.
Are you able to call for a Justice Patrol?
There's an alarm that connects with their switchboard in Reno, but, well, I'm lucky if they show up at all. Last time, it took 3 days before they sent a car. And then the officers threatened to shut me off. They don't like to come out here, into Riders' territory.
How often do you see these bikers?
Pretty often. But they don't operate on a schedule. They show up, buy booze, and light a fire in the lot. I figure the fire is some sort of signal, because it usually doesn't take long for more to show. Then they party. For hours. They don't bother me much, but they scare away other customers. And when they're drunk, they'll often shoplift. So, what are you folks doing here? I'm guessing you're not here to fuel up.
What was that letter you were talking about? The one you wrote to Betty?
Did someone say Betty?
Oh, yes. Well, I've got it right here. It has a stamp, but no address, because, well, because I don't know where my Betty is. I wish I could be with her. Provide for her, make sure she's okay. But since I can't take care of her, at least I can write to her. Tell her I love her.
Oh, that might be the saddest thing I've ever heard. Look, Henry, give us that letter. If we find your Betty on the road, when we find your Betty, we'll give her the letter.
Much obliged, young lady. You're a real sweetheart.
Thanks.
I'll be right here if you need anything.
We need to catch up with that bus, Pax.
I can't remember the last...
Ready to head out soon?
Anytime. Theo's wallet's on the bus, so we're not getting any souvenirs today.
We can't stay here much longer.
I might have something. Let's regroup outside.
So, what do we do now?
We need to find a way to draw their attention.
Whose attention?
Horned riders.
What? Fuck that, are you serious?
It might backfire. But I see where you're going with this.
This mural is pretty cool. Whoever made it knows their shit.
This must be where the riders light their fires.
What do you think it's used for? Human sacrifice?
Gnome? Could you help me here?
Gnome?
Damn. I forgot. This must be where the riders light their fires.
Great place for a fire pit.
There's no car, but the robot attendant gave me an idea. This is biker gang territory, and this station is a gathering spot. Bikers mean bikes. Bikes mean...
A way out. Let me know what I can do.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I never know what you're thinking.
I'm thinking we need to draw attention to this place.
Whatever you need, just say the word.
Still getting a signal from the bus?
Growing faint, but yes, for now.
This must be where the riders light their fires.
That's a fire hazard.
Sai, I need help with this door.
Of course you do. There's always another door. I don't think it's a good idea. We don't know what's behind this door.
Theo, unlock this door for me.
No, that's breaking and entering. There could be an alarm, a security camera. It'd be irresponsible.
Welcome back. What can I do for you this time, ma'am?
Remind me what happens when the riders show up.
Same thing every time. They buy a few bottles of my cheapest grain alcohol and light a fire in the parking lot. Before long, more riders arrive. And then they party until they pass out. Do you have any more questions for me? I'm happy to answer them. I don't often get to exercise. Please come again.
I hope you know what you're doing. Do you need my help with anything? Time to execute on that idea.
This must be where the riders light their fires.
Great place for a fire pit.
I hope you know what you're doing. Do you need my help with anything?
What can we burn that creates smoke?
Plastic? Rubber?
What can we burn that creates smoke?
Plastic? Rubber?
This must be where the writers light their fires.
What do you think it's used for? Human sacrifice? Time to execute on that idea.
We made swings out of old truck tires like these back in Liberty. Sometimes the older kids would burn them. You could see the black smoke from miles away. This is one heavy tire.
Probably belongs to a truck.
Sai,
Yo,
I need your help with something. Can you carry this for me?
you know it. Excuse me. I can't see shit. I need guidance. Packs.
This must be where the writers light their fires.
That's a fire hazard.
Sai, just follow me.
What? Can't hear you.
This way.
I'm not tired at all. Get it? Get it?
Just follow my voice.
Following.
Marco,
Follow.
let's go.
Come in.
This way.
I'm not tired at all. Get it? Get it?
Just follow my voice.
Following.
Marco,
Follow.
let's go.
Come in.
What can we burn that creates smoke?
Plastic? Rubber?
This must be where the writers...
Did you say something?
So... This must be where the writers light their fires.
That's a fire hazard.
This way.
I'm not tired at all.
Drop the tire in the fire pit.
Can do.
Let's light this up and catch us some riders.
I think you need an accelerant. It'll take a lot of heat to light up that tire.
Back in Liberty, some of the girls made their own moonshine. Talk about flammable.
to have you back, folks. What can I do for you this time, ma'am?
A bottle of your finest cheap booze, please.
Absolutely. I'll just need to see your just ID along with the correct change. We accept no higher than a $20 bill. Do you have any more questions for me? I'm happy to answer them. I don't often get to exercise that programming.
Remind me what happens when the writers show up.
Same thing every time. They buy a few bottles of my cheapest grain alcohol and light a fire in the parking lot. Before long, more writers arrive, and then they party until they pass out.
Hey, Henry? Could you check if you have any vanilla ice cream left?
We haven't had ice cream here since 1997, ma'am.
About that picture,
Yes?
can you talk about what it represents?
Well, ma'am, it represents the factory-mandated bond between Betty's and Henry's.
The tulips are blooming.
The two.
Go!
For me,
Go!
personally,
Okay.
it means more than that. It represents my Betty, and the everlasting love between us. See you later, folks.
What are you doing?
Lighting the tire to draw the writer's attention.
You'll lose your eyebrows doing it like that. Give me the bottle. Pass me the rag, Theo.
What are you doing with that?
She's making a very special cocktail.
A very special. Oh, I get it. Cool. Is this part of the plan?
If it is, I approve.
No, this is bad.
She did start a fire. That was the plan, wasn't it?
You're insane, Pax. I'm just stating that for the record. Pax has officially lost her mind.
I hear something.
Like, buzzing. Bees? Are there bees in the desert? I thought all bees were
Bikes.
dead.
Not just bikes. Riders.
Fuck.
What do we do, Pax? Confront them or hide?
Hey, is it really a good idea to go face to face with these idiots?
I say we stay low. Find a way to steal their bikes without them noticing.
This is our way out of here. Whichever path you choose, just get it done.
Check the fire signal. We're going in to get some booze from Henry. Again? Dude, most important meal of the day. I'll grab something.
There's someone over there, and
Nature. Calls you answer.
We can't go that way, unless you're itching for a fight.
This is locked. Hey, Theo? We get this door open, we can exit through the garage.
On it.
Wait. Someone's coming. We're clear. And the bikes are right there. On your signal, Packs.
Now's our chance, guys.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, that's my bike.
And mine! Wait, I know those people!
Bitumen, damn it, it's those psychos from the other night.
You broke Antonio's back! No one fucks with the pack!
Whose bright idea was it to light that fire?
At least we got ourselves a ride out of there.
Yeah, but how long do you think it'll take for them to catch up with us?
Anyone following us?
I'm sure they're right behind us. Faster, Z.
Do not go faster. Huh? Hey, you guys hear that? Oh, shit! Riders!
Let's keep our cool.
Stop! Those are our bikes!
What did they say?
Who the fuck cares what they said, Ziggy?
Keep it steady, Z. I just found something.
What? Cocktails that go boom.
Did you get all of them?
Sure did.
Don't get cocky, okay? We still have a bus to find.